Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time viewing any content on this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button as I will be dropping a whole lot of more valuable and informative information. And hit the like button too, to push the algorithm and help my video reach broader audiences. So, today's topic is gonna be uh, we're gonna keep it simple, right? Uh, I will title it Basic Market Structure, right? So, excuse me. Basic market structure. So, with trading altogether, there are different types of market structures which constantly repeat themselves in the market. So, trading as a whole, whether it be indices, currency pairs, or synthetic indices, which is something I personally trade. Uh, I am a purely technical trader. Market structure involves technically analyzing the charts and finding swing points to better determine sniper entries and find the initial direction of the overall market. So, me saying this in an easier format, right? It doesn't matter what you're trading. It can be currency pairs, it can be Nasdaq, it can be VIX. Market structure will always be market structure. There's a concept called market behavior. The market always behaves in a certain way. Now, certain pairs, whether it be VIX, NAS, or currency pairs, every single pair has a certain behavior to it that also respects market structure, right? So, excuse me, in this video, I will not be touching anything on fundamentals because I'm not a fundamental trader. I'm a strictly technical. So, when we think about this, at any given moment in time, right, for us to make money using charts, it's just as simple as, saying it in simple words is uh, it's a point in price, right? Like this. A point in any price where you are deciding that from here, I'm saying that price is going to go up, or from here, price is going to go down. That is what's going to determine whether you make money or not. It's just that decision. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Bullish going up, bearish going down. So there are three market phases that are constantly playing out day to day, every day. Okay, these market phases are you will be able to see on charts at any time, at any day when wanting to take a position or make some money off the markets, right? And these market phases, the first one will be an uptrend. Okay, so at any point in time, the market could either be in an uptrend, it can either be in a downtrend, or it can be in a consolidation phase, right? So these are the three market phases that play out any day, every day, any market. Open it up, try and find these things out. Okay. So what makes an uptrend an uptrend? Right now, an uptrend is a place where a price has reached a significant low, right? So it's been selling, probably it's at the bottom. Okay. So we say something is an uptrend once price has moved from a low to a high, created a higher low, and creates a higher high. So this can then be regarded as an uptrend as soon as price passes the previous high, right? So we'll just do that. Excuse me about that. Okay, zoom out a bit. Cool. So this was our low area, right? And this became our higher low. Cool. So now it's the same thing, it's the same concept from where price is moving in a downtrend. Okay. And then consolidation is when price is moving sideways. Okay. This is also known as a ranging market too. So it can also be defined as ranging market. Cool. And this is when price is moving equally, going up, down, up, down. Okay. So this is when price is consolidated within a resistant area. Resistance, or some people better know it as the roof. And support area, some know it as the floor. Cool. Okay. So yeah, this would have been from a high area to a low area, a lower high than the previous high. That's why we call it a lower high, and a lower low. Right? So at any given time and moment, one of these three things are happening in the market, okay? And one important thing I should state is that market structure is more valuable or more reliable on higher time frames, okay? So higher time frames like the 4L. So market structure tips, right? More reliable on higher time frame, e.g. the 4H and the 4H time frame, right? Those are some tips about market structure. When it's on the 4 hour, the higher the time frame, because now, you know, if I'm seeing this on the 4 hour chart, right? Here's a gem. So you must be able to anticipate that, okay, cool, if this looks like this on a 4 hour chart, which is just an impulsive, a pullback and impulsive, or an impulsive pullback and impulsive. Within this impulsive and pullback, there are also trends that are happening, just general trend. And this, as long as the market is moving and making higher highs or lower lows, then it's trending. It's the opposite of a consolidation or a ranging market. So you must be able to think about it this way. Within this trending market, right? What's happening in here, if this is on the 4 hour, probably on the 15 minute, something like this is happening within there, right? This is what you're going to see because you get to see everything in detail. So what you're going to see is probably tiny trends within those trends. So the yellow line would then now represent the 15 minute if the black line here was representing the 4 hour chart. So market structure, that's where we are able to say the higher time frame is more reliable because what may be an impulse on a higher time frame, you must know that on a lower time frame is a trend, and that's what you're looking for. So during this impulse pullback, impulse pullback, impulse pullback of that one big impulse from the 4-hour chart, we are looking for entries on the pullbacks of that one whole 4H impulse. That's how you catch the trend. That's how you make money. That's how you trade with market structure, regardless of what phase market structure currently is in. Okay, so after that, me going back right now, I'm gonna dive into the charts a bit and show you some examples before ending the video. Oh damn, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So an example of this, right, would be something like this. On the 4-hour, this is the swing. From up there, from that high, it created a low. It created a lower high, and it then came down to create a lower low. Now it's creating a what? A lower high. Okay. So we have discovered that this is a trend by what? As I've explained, as it passed this previous low, which confirms that, okay, we are actually in what we are to define as a downtrend. Okay, that's number one. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this is our impulse, and we can see that this is our pullback. All right, cool. Another impulse, pullback. So, when drawing trend lines, trend lines are subjective to a person's personal trading style. So we will always pick market structure over trend lines any day, because trend lines can be invalid and manipulated. So you need to always keep that in mind. So this could also be a free signal. Seeing that here, after it broke this level, this low, it created a double top, a retest, and completed the impulse move down, right? So what we would now define this as is the break and retest and another retest. So it's a double top situation here. Another double top is being formed here. So what we can expect is for price to break below this line, which is our minor support level, to come break it clean break, come back, retest our minor support again, just as it did the last time, and we can expect price to continue all the way down and probably continue the trend and create a lower low. So all of this that we're looking at here is just a retest pullback type of formation, right? And it's almost identical to what happened here. And like I said, the market tends to repeat itself a lot. So when you see something that's similar or happened the same way in the past, trust me, it might happen the exact same way, and capitalize on that thing. This is why the market is the market. This is why it's not considered gambling, because it's a repetition of patterns, market structure, and familiar moves, impulses, and pullbacks. So it's very important to know where you are in the market at any given time. You must know that I'm in the impulse or I'm in the pullback. And what am I looking for? Am I looking for the pullback at a resistant area in a downtrend, or am I looking for a pullback at a support area in a uptrend? Okay. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and more gems, more content dropping soon. I hope I sparked something in your mind. I hope I showed you something, and I hope you got some real value from the information I decided to share today. Shout out to you. Leave a comment, ask questions. Let me know what you would like to see in the future videos too. And yeah, man, thanks, and shout out to everybody who's already watching. Cheers.